Isaiah, I saw that you were looking for a place to fish in Pittsburgh. So what has it been like getting acclimated to a brand new city?
The fishing part's been bad so far. I mean, I haven't had any success. I'm gonna try again later today. I've just been trying out different spots, but other than the fishing part, it's been awesome. I've been trying to explore as much as I can. I just got a rental car, so I've been going all over the place, just kind of checking out all the nature scenes around, all the walking paths, the hikes and stuff like that. So that's really what I've been trying to do as of recently.
Can you, I guess, explain just how different Pittsburgh is from the town where you grew up in Kansas?
Yeah, well, pretty much every town is way different than where I grew up. You know, population is 600. You know, there's not really a whole lot that goes on around there, which is kind of why, you know, I do the things I do now. I'm always out trying to find different fishing spots because that's pretty much, you know, one of the big things to do back home. So the big city's nice. I kind of stay away from downtown and stuff like that just because I'm kind of used to a more small town feel. But I mean, Pittsburgh's beautiful so far.
You had mentioned in another interview just about, you know, growing up playing 8-man football, which in Western Pennsylvania, you know, here I'm not sure if you've realized yet, football is kind of everything. So that might not be something that a lot of people have heard. Can you just kind of take us through what it was like growing up playing football that way and going through the process of getting recruited, going to Wisconsin and fulfilling your dream of being drafted in the NFL?
Mm-hmm. Well, growing up with 8-man football, it was kind of normal to me. It wasn't normal when I switched to 11-man. That's kind of when, you know, football was different for me. But I was able to you know, figure it out quickly. You know, you just add 3 people to each team, and you know, of course, there's a lot more to learn. You know, a lot more plays. We probably ran like 3 or 4 defensive plays in high school, and that's all we had. Now I'm learning a whole bunch, but you know, going through junior high and high school, playing 8-man, you know, I loved it. And recruiting was interesting. Kind of wasn't sure how it would go. I was just kind of going with the flow, just because I wasn't sure how many teams, how many colleges would take me, you know, super seriously playing a sport like that. But I knew that my size was there. I was definitely blessed with that, so I knew that part. I kind of had an advantage on a lot of people, but I mean, it all went extremely smoothly and ended up in Madison, Wisconsin. And you know, I couldn't picture a better place, better coaches, and better teammates to be around.
You mentioned your size, and Coach Tomlin said right after they drafted you that was something extremely intriguing to the team. Have you always been the big kid growing up in pretty much your entire life?
Yeah. I've always been the big kid. I was always the tall kid. You know, I mean, I used to be a little slimmer when I thought I could play basketball, but you know, around junior, senior year is kind of when I put on all that weight, and then I became the really big kid. But you know, growing up, I was always taller than most.
What has it been like getting acclimated, you know, working with new defensive players, just a new coaching staff, and kind of, you know, making that step from college to the NFL?
It's all gone pretty smooth so far. Luckily, the defensive schemes and kind of the verbiage and things we said at Wisconsin have carried over extremely well. It's been a smooth transition. I'm used to a lot of the stuff that we do, a lot of the schemes that we do. So far, it's kind of been smooth sailing.
The Steelers had to trade into that round to get you. Does that mean anything extra? Obviously, it was a goal of yours to get drafted, but knowing that, you know, they took it a step further to make sure that you became a Steeler.
Mm-hmm. I mean, getting drafted made me feel extremely good, but knowing that, you know, they traded up because they didn't want to have someone else get me makes me feel, you know, 10 times better. Just knowing that they had the trust and faith in me just from watching my film and you know, speaking with Coach, it just makes me feel good. And you know, I was going to come in and work the same either way, but you know, that part definitely makes me feel a little bit better.
Lastly for you, Cam Heyward and Ben Roethlisberger said they really wanted to set the tone with OTAs and, heading into mini camp of having that veteran presence around. What has that been like for you as a young guy, seeing those two guys, putting in the work when they don't have to be here?
Mm-hmm. It's been great so far. Being able to work with Cam, Tyson, some of those older defensive linemen, kind of seeing how they work, where their minds are at during this OTA period has definitely been kind of awing to me. I watched a lot of those older guys. I watched Big Ben growing up, so seeing them around the locker room and how serious that they're taking every single day is definitely good for me, and I've been able to learn a lot from that so far.
All right, well, thanks for your time and welcome to Pittsburgh.
Thank you.